Hi, I know I said I wouldn't look at another poem of Eliot's, but I took the day off for personal reasons anyway. So I had a quick look at Journey of the Magi, which I'll read first. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year for a journey, and such a long journey, the ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter, and the camels gored, sore-footed, refractory, lying down in the melting snow. There were times we regretted, the summer palaces on slopes, the terraces, and the silken girls bringing sherbet. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling, and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out and the lack of shelters, and the cities hostile and the towns unfriendly, and the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end we preferred to travel all night, sleeping in snatches with the voices singing in our ears, saying that this was all folly. Then at dawn we came down to a temperate valley, wet, below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and a watermill beating the darkness, and 3 trees on the low sky, and an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. Then we came to a tavern, with vine leaves over the lintel, 6 hands at an open door, dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins. But there was no information, and so we continued, and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon. Finding the place, it was, you may say, satisfactory. All this was a long time ago, I remember, and I would do it again, but set down this, where we led all that way for birth or death. There was a birth, certainly, we had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but had thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We returned to our places, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here in the old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods. I should be glad of another death. So to me, especially towards the end there, there's hints, this like, I should be glad of a death, and the combination of birth and death relates to this idea of a ritual as opposed to, or in addition to, the birth of an actual baby. So the journey of the Magi, we've heard of the 3 wise men before. They came from the East, the Orient. So I was thinking of the Grand Orient there, and Freemasonry, I think, linked to France. And what was also interesting to me is, like, we accept this idea of, like, there's these 3 wise men trekking, following a star, and carrying gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And we're no doubt magicians and astrologers. I mean, that's one and the same thing in a sense. And we accept that as part of Christianity, but we then won't accept magic or astrology or, afterwards. I was also thinking about the journey of the Magi's bones. So they somehow made their way to Constantinople, I don't know, caught a bus or something. Then they went to Milan, and then they're in Cologne in a gold box. A very snazzy one. Journey, I was also thinking of journée, day,